Hi, this is Jack Allen. I'm coming down from California. I'm here with Apollo. We're at Ahal, Iboga in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. I'm here on an extended 15-day treatment for addiction to Suboxone and various other opioids on top. I've been taking opioids on and off for over 15 years, and for the better part of 2 years, I've been completely sustaining myself every single day, waking up sick and dosing and really being truly miserable. One day, Ahal Iboga came up on my Instagram feed, and it was an act of God. My father had called me. He saw the podcast with Joe Rogan, and he told me about it. He was like, I think this is a treatment we're willing to support you to go through. And I immediately said yes, because I knew in my heart that if they would support me to do it, I would do it. It's been on my mind for a long time, and I'm so glad that I'm on day 5 right now. I'm 3 days opiate free. So let me rewind. On day 1, when I arrived, I had been taking about 300 milligrams of morphine every single day. And we had to take Saturday to taper a little bit down to get as close to the lower level as possible to begin the ibogaine treatment, which was rather painless. I would say mostly painless. I got myself into a bath at the end of the night as I was coming down from the ibogaine. It was really a cleansing experience. I relived a lot of pain that I was suppressing over the years with the opiates, and I think it's put me in a good place to be humble and continue to live opiate free, and start to really live the life that I was numbing out, be there for the people that I love, that love me, and be present. I think that was the number one thing that stood out to me, was how damaged the person-to-person connection got when I was in active addiction. There was a long time where I sustained myself on Suboxone, and I went to meetings and I thought, hey, I'm sober, I'm talking to people, I'm being social, I have a job, this, that, the other. However, I was still miserable, and ultimately found my way into using 7-0 and other kratom extracts on top to, get high, to get off, to get to relief from whatever it was that's plaguing me. I swear it's worked well beyond my wildest dreams so far. I think, I went out for a walk on the beach. I got some sunlight, some fresh air, and I have zero feeling that I need to take an opioid right now. It's pretty amazing. I hope to give an update further along and let you know what's going on and how I'm feeling and how I'm doing, but I'm doing well better than expected at this point. Anything to add, Apollo?
Well, first of all, my name is Apollo Herrera, and yes, we're here at Ahal, Iboga, in Playa del Carmen. And this is a good example, good real case of Suboxone, how we started the process. It's been almost 6 months that Jack contacted us, and we started a process because Suboxone has a specific protocol in order for you to be here today. Correct?
Right, yeah. So I can touch on that.
Okay, yeah.
So Suboxone is really sticky and stays in our fat cells, and it takes almost 90 days to fully detox from consistent Suboxone use. And in order for the ibogaine to clear out the opiate receptors, a short-acting opioid is necessary. So for me, that short-acting opioid was morphine for 3 months. However, I also found myself taking some 7-0 here and there, which made my process a little harder than it should have been. It was hard to stay away from, and I don't want that to discourage you if you can't stick to a 90 milligram morphine protocol per day. That's hard coming off of the hard stuff. I'm just amazed, and I think if you truly want to be free from this cycle of addiction and waking up miserable and hurting the people around you, seriously consider it. Consider ibogaine treatment. Consider Ahal Iboga. This place is great. They've been at my hand and foot. I mean, honestly, every need has been tended to 24/7 since I got here.
Day five, and then since he mentioned about the hot top, it was actually Epsom salts, which with hot water, obviously, like he said, said it actually helps a lot with the restless legs, with fidgety, with achiness.
Yeah, with the hot and cold sweats,
You were floating, right?
So yeah, so I was going through hot and cold in my first ibogaine experience. Really, really hot, sweating. Really, really cold. I need blankets. Really, really hot, sweating. And it was back and forth. Obviously,
AC, no AC.
Not fun. However, I continued to keep the blindfolds on, and at some point listen to music, and was able to go into this visionary space. I believe ibogaine is an onirogenic, which sort of means puts you in like a dreamlike space. So it's not as if I was hallucinating around me. I was just tapping into imagery in my mind, in my mind's eye. So
because your subconscious is your own perception. It's not like that's another example of different psychedelics, but definitely it's some people that will say it's a psychedelic experience, because you do have like different visions or either thoughts or either information that you're receiving that, it's just the process. So another good question to ask you, and I appreciate your honesty that, because we actually have another person that was supposed to arrive last Sunday, and it was hard. For some reason, that person couldn't make it because of, what the person is going through to get the passport or anything, just things like that, because you're just not thinking the right, proper way in order for you to function sometimes. So, but today is day 5. I have the pleasure to take Jack to the beach. He just said, hey, today I just needed to just walk and just feel like just, getting out of the, which is one of the integration part with nature, the beach, the capes. We're going to do a sweat lodge. He's asking, actually, he said that he's ready for a sweat lodge, which is a temazcal, which actually, it's like with the volcanic stones, and it's just a ceremony that we have available to, including this process of healing.
Really sweat the rest of the toxins out. That way I'm ready for my second flood dose of ibogaine, and I'll be further along.
Tomorrow he's actually doing the second flood dose, which it will be day 6, correct? Day 6. We can talk about more in full details after, but today we're day 5, and I'm here to this is the real deal, how it is. There's no other than just, it's too good to be true on day 5 that you're able to go to the beach and getting up and then feeling like, like something that's switching in your brain. Like,
what day was it that you were giving me 90 milligrams of morphine at a time and I still couldn't get out of bed?
Oh yeah, it was day 2,
yeah.
Right? Saturday.
And then 3 hours later, another 90, still couldn't get out of bed. It was really tough. I was really deep in it.
No eating, by the way, right? You didn't eat for a day and a half.
I've been fasting for about longer than a day and a half, no?
Yeah.
I mean, I nibbled on some cookies.
So, now I think he's going to start eating, protein, like, as normal. How about
my hunger is finally coming back
appetite,
today.
right?
Yeah,
Your
my
appetite. And then how about
back.
the situation with your stomach? Can you share a little bit, like bowel movements and things like that?
Oh, yeah. Believe it was day 3 when I had the thought that I had not sat on the toilet to say my prayers and drop the kids off at the lake. And I went and I did it, and my body is starting to operate again, Opiates have a tendency to disrupt our GI.
Constipation.
For the last several months, I've been addicted to sugar. I've actually had high blood sugar in some of my blood work, which is concerning. It's the #1 killer is sugar. My face is cleared up. I had terrible acne coming in. That's another thing. Yes. So the regenerative purpose or properties ibogaine are just innumerable. I feel upgraded in every area of my body and my mind and my spirit. I'm going to continue to do everything I can to submit to God and the doctor here and Apollo, my guide through it all, and I'm so grateful to get here. It's a true blessing, and I hope to be strong for the future and be a proponent for healing. I know there are so many of you suffering out there like I have been for so many years. I mean, today's June 23rd, 2026. And I've been addicted to opioids seriously since 2022. Yeah.
Just mental health, overall depression, anxiety, it's all related. You know, at the end, it's just what it does. It's giving you this information, right? And like I tell everybody, don't come with expectations rather than intentions. Yes, it's very important, but to be prepared for when you go back home. That's where the main key of the treatment, to have a successful treatment, to follow up, which aftercare or either integration.
Right.
But
the
we're gonna go ahead.
neuroplasticity.
Yeah.
So the neuroplasticity that ibogaine causes for the months after treatment,
90 days.
That time is when you reset your routines and your diet and your exercise habits and your prayer habits and your meditation time and your family time and who you're talking to. And you ingrain those healthy habits in that time of neuroplasticity and continue to take, certain people continue to take medicine on an occasional basis to promote that neuroplasticity and that upregulation of serotonin and dopamine after so many years of abuse. It's you really need to restart that endogenous chemical cascade in your brain that keeps you alive, that keeps you functional. So many of us in the world fell victim to medicine, these SSRIs and these amphetamines and you name it. It's just, the list goes on, especially the opioids and the methamphetamine and the crack, and it's all of it. It really brings you here. It's that point where you're sick of it all and you need to do something honest and daring and step into what you believe may be discomfort. It's not as uncomfortable as you would think. I've cold turkeyed before. Only to go back 10 days later, like as soon as I'm feeling better, to get high again and get sick again.
Yeah.
It's just
addict mentality. It's just,
well, the treatment was Suboxone. Like, they give you Suboxone to taper down and get off, right?
Yes.
But you're not cured at all. You haven't dealt with anything. Maybe you spoke with a therapist or a case manager, but life hasn't been resolved. The traumas haven't been faced. And for me, I've hurt a lot of people with my addiction. And I've hurt myself seriously with my addiction. I mean, imagine like yourself as a pincushion just to get better, and you're poking holes in yourself in your body and, leaving room for possible infection and disease and early death. It's a roll of the dice, and I was dealing with death every day of my life, just thinking about it for the last year or so. And it was a morbid existence, and I knew I needed to go and seek plant medicine outside of the U.S., and I'm very happy I did.
Nice. It's like I mentioned before, ibogaine is a catalyst, meaning it gives you like an open window after you do it, after you're detox from all these substances, no cravings, no withdrawals, no desire. All those things are too good to be true, but it's real. And it gives you this open window, meaning like up to like neuroplasticity, what you were saying early, which it gives you in the brain. It gives you rewires neurons in your brain, receptors. It's just interrupt any substance abuse in your brain. Most of them, I mean, we want to be realistic. We want to be transparent with people. Xanax and nicotine are one of those things that I tell everybody, okay, well, it's like, want to be realistic. It's like flipping a coin on those two substances. But I seen it before that it worked, because it's all in the mind too. It's how you set your intentions, how you approach, and how you take seriously by preparing yourself before you come and when you're here and then when you leave. But I think the main key, or the main important thing,
right,
is when you leave, right?
It's not a magic bullet. It's work. You come here to work with the medicine and with the practitioner, and you work together to get through to the other side of the withdrawals, of the dependency, and you need to consciously let that medicine wash away those receptors that are so addicted to the substance.
or shadows. You know, that's when it's like I tell everybody, how would you describe now that he already did his first flood dose and he's on day 5 now? How would you describe the feeling when you start feeling the effect 45 minutes after once you take it? And then I remember I gave you another little dose on the first hour, but then you mentioned something about you were already feeling it by then, right? Maybe you want to share a little bit about that?
Sure, yeah.
So people get more better idea how it is.
So yeah, on the flood dose, about 45 minutes in, I started to feel some slight buzzing and tingling in my body and pulses of warmth, you know, like heat rising. And then my vision got a little bit tracery, kind of, a little wavy, but in terms of visual hallucinations, it's a lot more mild than traditional psychedelics like LSD and DMT. You are very much in the space that you're in. You're not in some alien realm. You do put the blindfolds on at some point when you want to, and you can go deeper and outside of the room and into the traumas that you feel like revisiting or figuring out what it is that led to your addiction. You really have the authority to direct your experience. One of the most important things is everyone here was so positive, benevolent, and loving. That energy was present at all times. I never felt afraid.
Very important, you know, like that's why people, they come here and they feel this, you know, about this place. I came here as a client too 6 years ago, so that's why I reframed that, and I felt this peace inside here 6 years ago when I walked in this place too. I was like, there's something in this place that makes it special in many ways. I mean, Dr. Liz is one of the co-founders. She's actually the co-founder, the owner. She's actually a medium. Now, she's actually a psychologist too, so we're gonna have the interpretation as a medium, as a channel that she has the gift to do it, and then as a psychology professional way to help him, you know, with the experience as we move forward to this second treatment or flood dose tomorrow, which it will be, we can go ahead and follow up. This is going to be very interesting for a lot of people that are actually interested and want to learn more about it. And I appreciate you, Jack, from my bottom of the heart, and wishing you that everything just keeps flowing in a good direction, and that you will just,
I have no doubt that the direction is forward is good.
And then there's a lot of fun things coming too once, you know, we go through the process of the detoxification, when he's like, hey, you know, the clinic or the house is gonna get smaller at some point, so there's the beach activities, sweat lodge, body massages, energetic massages, sound healing. I mean, there's so many things to continue because it's not just the ibogaine itself. Ibogaine will be like the main ingredient, but
right. This place is right off the road from a number of resorts between Cancun and Tulum. There's plenty to do for tourism. If your significant other wants to come with you and stay near you, that's a possibility. There's much room to make it a vacation and a lasting, relaxing time to heal afterwards.
Day 5, we're gonna keep you updated, and thank you. My name is Apollo Herrera. We are here at Ahal, Iboga, Playa del Carmen with Jack. Day 14 of 15 total. So we're gonna continue on the conversation that we started last time. Jack, what happened after that?
After my first ibogaine flood dose, acute withdrawal was almost 90% removed, and I was dealing with some symptoms. You know, I was feeling my body restarting again. You know, things that are completely natural, like bowel movements and digestion and sweating, different things that your body needs to do to keep itself regulated that, you know, taking drugs had replaced. My body sort of forgot how to take care of itself under the narcotic haze I was under earlier. So after that first treatment, still feeling some symptoms, definitely leaning into a second flood dose of ibogaine, trusting that the more medicine, the better at this point. I was all in. I had trust in the facility to take care of me under a high dose of ibogaine, where your awareness is both greatly increased and your ability to to take care of yourself fully is a little bit decreased. You do need to rely on the people around you to keep you hydrated and keep you full, and help you walk around and get into the shower or the bath.
Epsom salt hot tub bed.
Yeah. There's any number of things that you can do here to regulate your body, whether you're gonna lay in the shade in a recliner, or you're gonna take a dip in the pool or the cenotes or the ocean. There's any number of ways to regulate our bodies and this new awareness that comes with ibogaine.
The second treatment, what happened with the second? What was the difference? If you can talk about that, the first one and on the second one. And I believe, he actually, after the second one, after he shared that, he actually believed that he needed a third one, and he'll talk about it too.
Ibogaine for me wasn't necessarily an extreme purgative, whereas a lot of other plant medicines are so purgative that you're going to throw up or end up on the bucket some way or another. It was more of an energetic purge where I could feel the energy surging through my brain and my spine. It's an indescribable feeling of being purified, of being relieved from attachment to certain neural circuitries. It's an amazing relief, a sense of finally being able to breathe again and calm down without needing a person or a substance or a behavior. So it's really an amazing experience. I'm just happy to have made it to this place in particular, because this medicine is very powerful. I think in the wrong setting, it could be dangerous. I had to enter with faith. I had to use my judgment and take a look at the people around me. I was in good hands. I said my prayers and set my intentions and went into battle valiantly, which is what I would call it when you take that dose of ibogaine. Is you're going into battle, with your own mind, with your own body. And the best thing about that battle is the ibogaine is a warrior on your side. That ibogaine wants to rid you of those demons that we call addiction, right? After the second time, I think I started to feel pretty good for a couple days, but still knew in my heart that I needed to dive deeper. Took a third flood dose of ibogaine, gave myself extra days here to relearn what it is to take care of myself without the help of narcotics. Gratitude.
And then another thing that we have included or in the package or on the treatment, it's the Bufal Barrios, the 5-meo DMT, which is an option. In this occasion, or in this case, he did not want to do it, and we respect that. It's not something that you have to do it. It's just something that we recommend. But at the end, we don't do anything that the person doesn't want unless we have to, in the way like to do the EKG, blood work, urine, full labs, also a 14 drug screen panel. And then let's talk about another important thing, the spiritual part, right? So we have Dr. Liz, and Dr. Liz is the co-founder and it's the founder of this Ahal Iboga. She is a medium channel, so she's the psychologist also. So can you explain that part, what we do when before we start the treatment, like the ceremony that we do for you or for everybody, and the therapy that you have the opportunity to talk to her? How did it help you? What is it to mean to you in the spiritual way?
So in a spiritual way, throughout the time in my life, since I was a very young boy, driven by 1,000 forms of fear or 1,000 forms of love or attachment, every day was different in the beginning. And at a certain point, it became solely attachment and dependency that was driving me. And realizing that is what really sent me here. What he's saying about the spiritual doctor, it's very easy to be biased. It's very easy to be selective based on the beliefs that you were taught growing up. And it's very easy to say, that's not for me, I don't like that, or label something as bad. But it's super important to surrender. Surrender is an important word, I think. And I don't mean to not have values. I mean to allow people who have experienced healing and have seen others heal under the effects of this medicine, and to trust their experience and to trust what is being done for you and how it's being done. Certain methods unconventional to Western medicine and are being replaced with methods that are traditional, rooted in knowledge, who we are spiritually, and how to assist in opening those doors and allowing for the energy to move and to remove blocks and to allow healing. Traditional Western medicine model doesn't believe in that sort of language, but for me, it's always been essential. I mean, even in model recovery programs such as 12 Steps, they promote dependence on higher power. And there's a lot of contradiction in those programs. And at the end of the day, there are certain truths that I hold near and dear to my heart, mantras that I need to repeat in order to stay grounded and not allow myself to be drawn into that light like a moth.
Integration part, which is today his last day. Tomorrow he's going back home. So we are going to continue with a coach integration or a doctor specialized on integration and then aftercare, which she's based in the States. And Jack already been in touch with this person since the beginning of the process. So it's very important that you go ahead and choose and then
Intuition,
yeah, we offer him to come back in 6 months in this specific particular case with him for a tune-up and to continue the process of the integration and also just getting back, changing habits, environment. I believe he's moving. You were living in LA, so now you're going back to New York, and I believe he has support there, so that's very, very important. That's another essential part, because right now you normal or like feeling normal, but you need to start
I'm feeling
learning.
raw. I feel very raw, and that feeling is a gift. After all that time under the effects of narcotics and allowing my body to dysregulate, it's truly a miracle that I made it here and that I'm sitting here today telling you that this medicine works to remove the cycle of addiction. It's not 100% guarantee that you stay clean after you walk out of here. Again, it's given me the power of choice, which I didn't have before, and that's the miracle, is the awareness.
Okay. Anything that you want to add? Like just saying who would you recommend it and
Okay, yeah. One thing that I want to add is this medicine doesn't replace your mind with some refined and repurified spirit that's not yours. It returns you to your spirit. I'm more in touch with my memories and my experiences. I'm definitely myself as I was before I started to use mind-altering substances. And I mean, I tell you what, my friends and family, they can see in my eyes over FaceTime, they can see that there is a change, and that's always encouraging.
Awesome. Thank you very much, and I wish you the best, my friend. Now you're family, and we'll talk to you next episode. Thank you.